Isaiah 60:11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually.
Thy gates. What gates? The gates when we receive our kingdom. All right. The gates to Jerusalem is going to be open continually, man. All right. Go ahead.
They shall not be shut day nor night.
Right.
That men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
So these other nations, these heathen nations, are going to pay tribute to the Israelites, man. You're gonna bring us gifts. All right. Go ahead.
And that their kings may be bought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee.
And when it says the nation and kingdom that shall not serve thee, it is talking about paying your tithes, paying tribute, but it's also talking about them laws, man. Them laws, statutes, and commandments. It says in the scriptures they should not pass away. So, go ahead, brother.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee,
right,
shall perish.
Shall perish. Perish means to die, man. Go ahead.
And those nations shall be utterly wasted.
So just like the brother was saying, man, you nations that don't, if we get into the kingdom, when we get into the kingdom and you niggas on that same shit, we ain't even gonna waste our breath, man. We just gonna take you out. We're gonna destroy you. And the Most High said it's okay to do that if you're not following His laws. Nobody wants a goddamn. You don't want to have your own shit and have a peasant coming in. Man, I can do what the hell I want to do. No, I'm gonna eat pork. No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Man, all right, yeah, go ahead. And it gonna knock your ass off too. We ain't gonna have no insubordination in the kingdom, man. We ain't going for that shit. You know, we straight up cutting your goddamn head off, man. And that's that. And why wouldn't you want? Speaking of Israel, why wouldn't you want your own kingdom where you can live in peace? You ain't gotta worry about where your kids is at. You ain't gotta worry about if your woman is on social media twerking. You know, you ain't gotta worry about Esau coming down on you with taxes. You ain't gotta worry about nothing no more. Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want to be the king of the earth? Why wouldn't you want to have your own kingdom, man? Why do you want to build in somebody else's kingdom, man? It's as one of the arguments say, that's corny, man. Why would you want to do that? Do it the right way. The right way starts with being in this knowledge and serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, and then the Most High, He'll build you up to that. That's why the brother said you gotta be kingdom minded, because if you in the mindset you're in now, you're not gonna want your own shit. You're not gonna get sick of GMOs. You're not gonna get sick of none of this bullshit that America has to offer. All right?
The oppression ain't making you mad.
The oppression ain't right. Exactly. You know, following the laws of the land. You know, the laws that Esau set up.
This is back in Corinthians, the 6th chapter. I'll go back into the 4th verse. But in all things, approving ourselves as the ministers of the Most High, in most patience, in afflictions, in necessities.
In necessities, brother.
In distresses.
Yeah, because this truth ain't no cakewalk, man. All right, you really have to believe in this and stand up for these scriptures, because you can get weak in this thing if you can't endure the afflictions, you can't endure chastisement, you can't endure distresses. You're not gonna make it. You're gonna fall out. You know, you really have to. Your mind have to really be set towards Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, and towards His truth.
Right. In a real time of emergency.
Exactly.
It was an emergency. The real emergency is when, you know, martial law kicking your door. Now it's an emergency. When there ain't no food on the shelf. Now it's an emergency. Now it's a real time of distress.
And what would you do? Ecclesiasticus real quick. I believe it's 2 and like 21. Yeah, because when these distresses hit, when the Most High starts sending plagues upon this world, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna relate back to? You gonna go back to what Esau taught you or what the scriptures taught you? It says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. 2 and 21. And nothing that you do in this world is gonna, like, when stuff start hitting the fan, there's nothing in this world that you learn that's gonna help you in them times, man.
Okay. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 13. Woe to him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
For he believeth not. And now, just like we read in the book of Corinthians, if you can't endure these distresses, you're not gonna make it in this truth, man. If you can't endure these different things that we have to go through to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're not gonna make it. If your mind's not fully set on it, if you're not prepared to deal with it, go ahead.
Therefore shall he not be defended.
Therefore shall he not be defended. Those same type of people that get into this thing think it's going to be easy, think it's going to be a cakewalk, thinking that you can do it your own way. I ain't got to follow the Most High's laws. And when he start putting you through stuff, and then you completely fall off. All right, those are the men that's not going to be defended. You can't, like we said earlier, you ain't going to be able to come into this truth and do whatever you want. There's guidelines to this thing, man. You go back to that thing.
Okay.
That's all I want to do.
Okay. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 5. In stripes, in imprisonments, and tumults.
In stripes, imprisonments, because we spiritually do get our ass whooped in this place, man. You know, the Most High puts us through things. And we have to endure them. It says through stripes, through imprisonments, because you can and will get thrown in prison for this truth. All right, you will get thrown in prison for the truth. There are apostles in the scriptures that they got put in jail, man, for teaching the name. All right, but you know what? They stayed faithful. When they said don't teach that name no more, they said all right, and they got out and started teaching that name right again, man. That's having faith. That's enduring, man. Standing up for what you believe in.
Us going through this hell and us doing this work, you know, that's us getting stripes. You know, like in the world, they, you know, if you're in the hood or something, you want to get your stripes, you go out and rob somebody or do some shit like that, you know, to get you a name. You know, we getting a name in the Lord by doing the righteous acts, by enduring, by exposing the wicked.
Because you were talking about some of the apostles were in prison. Not only they were in prison, but all of them were put to death. You know, and it's argued that John the Revelator was put to death also. Okay. So Revelations chapter 20 verse 4 says, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years.
Yeah, come. And then that also what I was saying earlier, because Baloo, you know, he said something about that too. What if you men get thrown in prison? You gonna take the chip? No, we're gonna stand up for it, man. We're gonna stand up for the truth. We're gonna die behind it. And those same men back then, they died for this truth, man. We don't give a hell about what the world says about us. We don't give a fuck about what Esau thinks is right. We know what the Yahweh Shem Yahushai said, don't take that chip. He said if you deny his name, he's gonna deny you in the kingdom. All right, so going to prison, you know, getting beat up by the police or whatever it takes for this truth is gonna happen, man. And that's where your faith is gonna stand. Are you gonna stick with it, or you like, man, I'm getting tired of going through this, man. I'm gonna go back to the world. That's the same thing they did coming out of Egypt, man, because they couldn't endure the chastisement. They couldn't endure going through the wilderness, man. They wanted to go back to where they was being goddamn slaves. So my point is, you as a man of the Lord, supposing to be a man of the Lord, if you're going through these things, where's your faith going to stand after, you know, once you go through these things? you're gonna stand. You got to stand stiffly for the name, man. Go ahead. You got something?
Yeah. Philippians 3:7. But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Hamashiach.
Yeah, the things that we have in this world ain't nothing, man. You might have a nice car, a nice woman, or just a bunch of worldly possessions, but you count it but loss when this truth comes into play, man. That don't matter. Go ahead.
Yeah, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushua my Lord.
Because this is the true riches, man. This is the riches that can't be stolen. You can't destroy it. All right. That's why it says give up your life. What it said, the rich man, you know, he didn't want to give his life up, man.
Yeah.
But when you go through these scriptures, and you like, damn, man, fuck, man, to hell with all this worldly stuff. This is what's gonna get you out of here, man. Your Bugatti or your Bentley or your top 10 model wife, that's not gonna help you get up out of here, man. None of these things will. Go ahead.
For whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach.
That's right. Getting this truth and putting off all this. This world ain't got, like I said, this world ain't got nothing to offer you, man. All these things that we received in this life, you know, before we got into this truth, is nothing when we get this truth. Like I said, it's, to say it bluntly, it's fuck that shit, man. He said, I counted but dung, man. I'm not even worried about it no more. This is what's gonna help us, man. And why wouldn't you, like I said, why wouldn't you want something that's gonna help you get out of here opposed to something that's just gonna appease you for the moment? You can't endure the, what it said, he said, I'd rather suffer affliction than endure this season of sin.
Oh yeah, I can get there.
You know? Roughly paraphrasing.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 32. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
And confessing him before men is coming out here and doing these works, saying his name in his full power. All right. Ultimately, it's doing these works because there's men that you could be ashamed to come out here. But the thing is, we don't care, man. We don't care what the people that's walking up and down the street got to say. We gonna claim and confess the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua proudly, man. Go ahead.
But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven.
Yeah, him that the same men that don't want to teach the name, that don't want to teach the true judgments of America, that don't want to push the prophecies, that don't want to do the will. Them same men, you gonna be denied, man. It said some gonna wake up to everlasting shame and contempt because you wasn't confessing the name. You wasn't right, man. That's why we don't give two damns about what our family even think about this, man. Our families have things to say that's contrary to what we believe in. But is that gonna make us go off? Hell no, man. Hell no. Go ahead.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Yeah, the Most High, he ain't coming to send peace upon this earth. All right, there's no peace that's going to come to this earth, man. That's what this world pushes. Peace, peace, peace on this earth. Man, the Most High ain't coming back to have fun with the things that y'all doing. He coming back to destroy the things y'all doing, man.
In this society, a lot of niggas scared of confrontation. You know, you're scared of the bad results of doing something such as this work. Just the mindset of saying, if I go to jail, like if it was a fifth, we all be drunk. You go out there and do it, man. You know, there's nothing you can do great if you don't take risks, man. You know, there's nothing that you believe in, even carnal shit, man. You know, the motherfuckers drop out of school and go pro or leave college early and go pro. That's a risk. You know. It says, Matthew 10:34, I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Yeah, I came not to send peace, but a sword, man. that sword is going to be that nuclear destruction that's coming to this place. That's how America's going to be cleansed, by destruction. It's too much iniquity. It's too much wickedness going on in this earth, man. For the Most High to come back and say, "Oh, it's all love." No, it's going to be a sword, man.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Yeah, kind of. And a man's foe, because we have enemies of our household, man. Family-wise, and our people, man. Our people are our enemies right now, man. Our people are against us. When we come out and say that these so-called white people have to go because of the things they done, our people buck up against it, and that's like I told this brother, that's the spirit that's been going on, man. These Israelites trying to stand up for these so-called white people who don't care about you, man. Who ain't gonna stand up and fight for you. They ain't gonna stand up and fight your cause. So why would you want them in the kingdom? Why would you want them to be getting on the chariot with you, man? Was there more to that, brother?
He that loveth father